Good night, everyone. It is my pleasure to greet you tonight on the behalf of the Capital Builders Project. Now, my name is Carl Scanbury, and I'm going to speak to you very briefly about the company, what we're about, very briefly about the project, and then we're going to get into an open forum discussion to discuss all things Capital Builders. Now, Bridge First Technologies is a technology company. What we're doing, we are teaching Barbadians how to use technology in very innovative ways. And one of those ways is to use seamless transaction across the Caribbean using kinetic energy. No, that makes sound like a lot of fancy words, but just think about it. You can't really get that far on the internet without an email address or an SMS phone to use your two-factor authentication. So what we're doing is providing Caribbean persons a seamless way of moving digital information, sound, audio, video. Now, let's bring it back down to earth for a second, okay? And what we're doing is giving persons in Barbados the chance to get access to this service. We call them stacks. And you get access to this for $39.99 US a month, okay? Now we have a lot of packages available to you. There you can get 25 US, 250 US, 2.5K, 25K, and all the way up to 250,000 US dollars. Now that may sound like a lot of money, but think about it. The system is going to be outputting $5,000 per day pretty soon. And we want to invite you to be part of that. So that's what Bridge Force Technologies is about. Now, let's speak about a little bit about the Capital Builders Project. What we're doing is allowing persons between now and November 1st to access this network and allowing you and the lovely people here on this Zoom call to be the first persons to be a part of it. So realizing the project in itself is working. The project itself is looking for Barbadians that when it be launched on November 1st, we have persons ready and willing to indicate about they joined the network before November 1st. They worked with Carl and his team, and then they were able to benefit from it. So that is in a nutshell what is available. As you can see in the poster, we call it atomic transfer. Now, to allow persons to understand how this all works, this is the whole point of today. So I will just take those few minutes to speak about what the company is about, what we're going to do, any project. And at this point in time, the floor is going to be open. This is your great time to ask any questions. If you want a demo, you want to have more information, how do you contact, how do you sign up? This is tonight, because starting on Monday, starting on Tuesday, starting on Wednesday, those persons who sign up will be receiving daily amounts. And the whole purpose of it is that we're making sure that when we launch November 1st, we have a roster of Barbadians who do not have to share what they financially receive. That is your business, that's your intellectual property. But you can actually speak to a person and say, we confidently know that this process works. So at this point in time, the floor is open and you can ask any questions. If you want a live demonstration of how it works, go right ahead.
Yeah, a live demonstration of how it works would be nice.
No, that is not a problem, Philip. So let me just do that for you right now. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with is the basic process. My team and I, we've dealt over the last, let's say, 2.5 years. We were teaching ourselves binary option trading. Now, binary option trading is not Forex. So, like Philip said, he wants a live demonstration of how this works. So now what I'm gonna do is I wouldn't get into the nitty-gritty of the software we built. That's pretty cool. So I just in your mind, imagine this: St. Thomas and St. George, and two parishes very close to each other. So what you're gonna see on the screen right now is two poker options accounts, one on the left, one on the right. This is seamless transaction across the Caribbean using kinetic energy. What we're going to do now, I'm going to simulate this by moving funds from St. George to St. Thomas. Now, using right now, we have to use PayPal, we have to use, okay, and I don't say Emily, Emily is a local company here. MoneyGram, Western Union, we have to send, we literally have to send funds overseas to get the pay. So one of our this is so ridiculous. So I want to show you right now what we do on an everyday basis. Me and my team, we trade, and what happens is that we allow you to connect to our trades up to 50%. The platform we use is called Binary Options, and they have in it a copy feature. So once you connect to us, literally when we trade, it just automatically comes up on your screen. So without further ado, I'll give you a brief demonstration of how that works. So there's gonna be a chance here to set up my screen. And what I'll do, this person can ask me questions about the platform, how we came up with the idea. If you see my mind, if you see my head slanted to the right a little bit, I have two screens here. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that now. So as I set this up, person can ask me any questions they want in relation to how we came up with the process, a little bit more about the team. But tonight is talk night. Is allowing person to understand legitimately how this works. So when you experience it, you know how it works. And then when another person explains or asks you how it works, you can actually be confident in explaining to them. So I'm going to build this in layers. I'm not going to show you the app as yet. In the event that somebody wants to see that, they can. But Philip said he wants a demonstration of it. So what I'm going to show you is basically St. George, excuse me, is on the left going to be trading. And then you're going to see those trades automatically turn up on the right-hand side, which will represent St. Thomas. Okay. All right. So let me just sign in the accounts here. And I'm actually going to show you the copy feature. I'm going to show you actually how that works as well too, right? And option, right? So right. Right. So let me share my screen here. Right. There you go. So let me just share my screen here. All right, so on your screen here, you have two accounts, one on the left, one on the right. And the platform we use is called Pocket Options. So I'm going to sign into this one on the left, DingerBridge.one. These are generic accounts, okay? And I'm going to sign into that. And on the right hand side, I'm going to choose this bus here. Replay. And sign in. All right. So the account on the left has $27.56. The account on the right has $59.31. Now, what I want to do, the first thing I have to do, Philip, is I have to configure one of these accounts to copy the other one. Okay, so I'm going to break this very, very simply for you. Yeah, so I wouldn't get into the techniques and trading and stuff from all what you see on your screen. You can do that another time. But I just want to show you the mechanics of this. All right. Yeah, okay, so let's see here. Close that trades. And put that to 5 seconds. Right, so I'm just going through the screen and making sure that all the screens are there. All right, so what I'm going to do is also set up the left as well. So my team, we do all this behind the scenes. We wouldn't ask you to do this as yet. What you're doing, you're connecting to us. So ideally, we want you to know that most often or not, persons can connect to us in more ways than one. But I think this is by de facto the best way to get it done. Let me just make sure this is correct. Right. Okay, right. So the first thing you have to do is connect the accounts, right? So let me just get the profile number for this one. And this one is, the number for this one is 5916349. So I copy this. And since I'm moving from the left to the right, I want to copy the account on the right hand side. I want to copy the one on the left. So I come over here and choose social trading. And then I click on search and I type in the ID. And if it finds it, comes up. And I hit watch. So I'm watching that trading, and then hit copy. No, there's a certain parameters that I set in here. I want to set in my stop loss. I want to match, let's say I want to match 100%. For tonight, I'll do that. And my balance is 59.31. So my stop balance is 50 US. And then the minimum copy amount is $1. And I can go up any maximum trade. And I confirm that. Now the account on the right hand side is not copying the account on the left, right? So I'm just close the signals and close all this stuff so you can actually see what's going on. And I think that's it. Great. All right, so I'm gonna move this to lines so everything will look very similar, and I'll move this to lines as well. All right. Okay, so right now I'm gonna choose just a random trades. I'm not gonna do any analytics as yet. So the first thing I have to do is make sure that both of these screens are on the same derivative. So this is on Euro USD, and this is also on Euro USD. But I need to put this to 5 seconds. No, this is what's gonna happen in reality. Let me just turn all these indicators off so I can make the screen a little more similar. Right, and close this and close that. No, you just get rid of this as well. No, great. Now, what's going to happen is that when the cohort team trades, these trades are the third-party account. So when I come here, let me just change this to another high percentage. Let's say USD80, yeah. And we're looking for 92% payout derivatives. So I'm going to choose USD80. Right. And this is all my team. We have a myriad of opportunities for you, but this is at the core metric of it. Yeah, we have an algorithm that simulates this, but 95% of the time you're actually benefiting from actual person trading. It's not a bot. It's not a program that you just press and it just generates funds. We actually do the coding trading. All right. So in this case now is USD80 5 seconds. I'm gonna hit a buy here. Buy. Right? On the right hand side, you're seeing the exact same thing come up. Right? Right? And I won that trade. No, that is random. That isn't any specific. That is Carl pressing a button. Imagine that the cohort team is trading and they're trading, whatever they're doing with skill set and patience. And whatever result they get, you get as well too. So in for a penny, in for a pound, in the event that they lose a trade, you lose a trade as well too. So it's not magic. We've been doing this for approximately 2.5 years now, heading toward 3, and we're very proud of the camaraderie and trust we built. And we're inviting you to be a part of that. So this is pretty much the bolts of it. This is when the cohort team trades. We are inviting you to connect to our trades. So Philip, I hope that gives you a very brief demonstration, but that's what exists at the core of things. We have a lot of tools that we use. We coded ourselves to assist us to do this more within structure, but the process we built does not only work for options. There are a whole number of platforms that our process works with. Deriv.com, Binary Cent. There's a whole slew of them. We even discovered one just 2 nights ago. Yeah. So that was a great question, by the way, Tim. All right. So that was a great question to get the ball rolling. Any other questions from Philip or anybody else?
Could you explain the inverted stack?
Okay, that's a great question. So what Philip is asking for is how does the inverted stack work? Now, persons, I think I have to go back to come forward a little bit. What I want to do here is start sharing the screen again and show you past history. The average person who starts buddy option trading will lose money. I don't want to say the platform is adversarial. I wouldn't say that, but any person who just takes up pocket option and start trading with it, they're gonna lose funds, right? So let me just come here and hit. Let's see, go to profile. What I want to show you is the history of this generic account. So we go to profile. I think my team will allow me to do this. Yeah. Yeah, profile when it comes up. And we're going to click on trading history, and we're going to see a little bar chart showing you the graph of how this, I'm going to show you exactly how this works, right? Okay, so let's click on trading history. So it says history of share trading, pending, a whole bunch of information, okay? Now, what I want you to look at is two things and two things only. It may seem like a lot of information. I want you to look at two things and two things only. The derivative, AUDCD, my team are excellent at currency pairs. No, so the way how inverted stats work is in the event that the market for that specific currency, because there's a lot of turmoil in the world now, and currency exchange, a lot of persons are moving money. So currencies that are not really doing well before turmoil, persons tend to use because it's so advantageous, right? So based on that, my team picks up. There's a lot of factors in what goes into us choosing trades, but real world events affect it. So I go back to AUDCD here. I wouldn't use the app, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to try to simulate this with my hand. The app does this seamlessly, actually. Yeah. So what we would do, Philip, is switch the app into inverted mode, right? So what this means is that when I hit, I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can. I'm going to hit buy here and sell over there. So I mean, whenever you're trading, there's a stack. Stack stands for a seamless transaction across the Caribbean using kinetic energy. I am going to press buy. I'm going to try my best to hit sell over here as fast as I can. Buy, sell, right? So this is how inverted stack works. Okay, it does the opposite of what you do. So if you're trading and you're losing funds, there's a stack in Barbados. Your funds aren't just evaporated into ether. There's a stack in Barbados dedicated to trade to capture those funds. So you're not trading and the funds are going back to pocket options. There's a pocket option account or accounts that are programmed in the event you lose funds, it still stays within the ecosystem of the network. In the event that you're on a really hot streak, the inverted stack doesn't just continue losing funds. It switches. It realizes that Philip is on a great trend. The best way to simulate this is I will have to turn off the copy trading. Let me just do that quickly. Come here to social trading. Put in here, search, go back and search the same ID. Start find it. And then come in here and hit stop copying. That's the only way you can get it done. The person can block you, but I think this is the best way to do it. So if I hit stop copying, then the trades on the left hand side wouldn't turn up on. This is a much more accurate demonstration of the inverted stat. So in a nutshell, an inverted stat is coded to trade opposite to you in the event that you lose funds. In the event that you're trading doing well, the inverted stat just switches. It just mimics what you do. So it isn't gonna constantly be trading opposite to you. The primary focus of it is to trade in an inverted stance. So when I hit buy here, I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can. Buy, sell. Right, you can see. And let's try that one more time. Buy, sell. Right, so yeah, put sell, buy. There you go. There you go. So I lost on the left-hand side. I lost that trade, but the inverted stack allowed me to win that stack. Now, the great thing about inverted stack, multiple persons can connect to it. So not only does Philip in this scenario doesn't lose anything, he then adds whatever he lost for the day. That amount goes into another account, so he just starts back where he left off before, like training wheels for the red terms. But the great thing about it is that other persons who are connected to that inverted status too, they benefit as well. So let's say, for argument's sake, Philip loaded up 20 US and he traded, and the inverted status following him. It not only mimics dollar for dollar, the inverted stack can go higher. I can change this to $2, not 12, $2. So that means that the inverted stack is not only capturing Philip's losses, is trading at a higher value. So I'm going to trade this one hand one more time. I'm going to buy, sell.
Here it is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try it one more time. Sell, buy. And there we go. Yeah, there we go. So I lost a dollar on the left, but I won a dollar. So mathematically, not only did Philip using the inverted stat capture his funds, but the inverted stat put him in a profit margin. I mean, he actually has more funds in the inverted stat. He's already connected to it. And other persons across Barbados are connected to inverted stat. So this is theory. We are going to make this available to you. But in the event that you connect to it, that is what's going to happen. So persons are trading, and they may or may not have to migrate. They're not the core team, but other persons. The inverted stat is there to assist you to learn. Our network teaches you trading by experiential teaching. We trade, we connect to you, and you see the trade, you learn by your experience. You're seeing it. You're not pressing the buttons. But over time, our goal is that more Barbadians see that and want to learn. We have a class for that. It's called Bite Size Nuggets. Trade like a trader, and allow you to follow suit. Take the step to learn to trade yourself, and then you don't have to depend only solely. And you're still connected to the stat, but in your own free time, in your own business time, in your own time, you can actually take up the reins and trade for yourself. So that's it. That's how the inverted stat works. All right. I think I saw a question in the chat. I don't know if that was a question. Yeah, Phillips. Yeah, it's really nice. And I've just shown you me moving my hand. I'm not going to show you the inverted stat using our software. The software is millisecond quick, and it also can do multiple trades per second. We call them TPs internally in our team. We have a lot of terminology that we created ourselves, but we're very proud of what we've done over the past 2.5 years. And the software is called Ripple. The reason why we call that because of the ripple effect to not have across Barbados, allowing persons to actually finally find something that actually works and is not a scam. Yeah. So those are some good questions, Philip. Okay, so if Philip has any other questions, or anybody else can go right ahead. Two lovely questions. If you want, you can also type in chat box. But tonight is vocal night. Tonight is the time that we can get a talk. Any questions you have, because on Tuesday, when those funds hit your pocket option account, we're off the raise the trading will happen on Monday, but persons will see activity as early as Tuesday. Okay. Hey, Paul,
Yes.
go ahead.
Elaborate more on the information you place in the chat with the 25 USD, 250 USD, 2.5K,
Okay.
25, etc.
Not a problem. Okay, so let me just see if I can find that poster, and then I'll speak about it from there. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is the one here. I found it here. So let me just bring it up on screen, and let's talk briefly about it. Very briefly. Okay, now this poster has on 25 US. So it's gonna come up in a second. Now this 25 US is the basic package, the basic. The whole purpose we created it for is to show persons that my team can 10x your funds. No, it's being recorded. This can happen within 30 days. It can happen after 30 days. Market performance is not indicative of the core performance. We are good traders, but we don't control the market. So there's sometimes that the 10x can happen within the 30-day time. That's fine. That's great. We can do it faster. And some days it can go past 30 days. But we will work with your deposit to get it at 10x. Now, this poster speaks about 25 US and receiving 250 US, but at the very bottom, like right here above the telephone number, it says receive 10x every month end right? So it is geared towards every month and you receive 10x of something you deposited. Yeah. So if you deposited an amount in October, whatever date that was, you know that by the end of November, month end, not the same month you deposited. This is reality. The trading is a very skilled and strategic skill set. So we're not here to boast or anything. We're just being honest. We're good at what we do, but the market still affects that timeline. And we don't want to give persons the month you deposit in, we guarantee it at the end of the month. We're not going to do that. But what we will tell you is that by the end of the next month, yes, yeah, I think we can 10x your deposit. So you have 10 stocks that are allowing that. So there are certain packages. So the first one is 25 US. Then the second one is 250 US. Now, if someone wants to deposit between those amounts, that's fine. We're not going to stop that. But we are trying to push the envelope of what the algorithm can do. So we're trying our best to get these funds in, because even just the 250 US, that instantly reminds persons of the 250 stock. We have just that we had a stock solely to deal with the 250 US. Now we have a stock now that does all of them. Imagine that the platform, the group is really maturing, and I believe that Stocks is a really great invention that came out of Barbadians, and I think we can already rally on it. So that is the second tier. The next tier after that is 2,500 US. So that means by the next month you get $25,000 US. No, just sit down and that will process in your mind first. Okay. Now there's some persons who can, it hasn't been done as yet, but I've suggested it. Someone can start with 250 US. Then the next month and the following month, and they get 2,500 US. They don't cash out. They take that, redeposit it, because the system has a self-custody system. That means the funds have to come to your wallet. You have to prove that you own it, and then after that you can send them back to us. But we do not at this point in time allow persons to redeposit using unrealized gains. That means that the funds are in Puck Option, but Puck Option is a platform that we don't control. So as far as Carl is concerned, his team, those are just numbers on the screen. Yeah, when you take those funds off and send it to your wallet, Binance, Kraken, that is self-custody. Then you can redeposit that 2,500 US, and then by the next month, then it then goes to 25,000 US. Now, if you want, you can redeposit that in cryptocurrency because it's not fiat, and you deposit that $25,000. Do you know what you get after the next month end? 25,000 US. 10 times 25 is 200. You get $250,000 US by the next month end. And it's not that my team are there at the computer just trying to get this done. Is that we've developed a system of 10 stocks. So that means that once one stock performs a specific amount, all the other 10 does the exact same thing. So that's how we get from 25 to 250. So the same mechanism that takes 25 US and take it to 50 like this poster says, it works the same with large numbers. Yeah, numbers do not lie, only humans do. So I'm going through the mechanics of it. Stocks are very powerful pieces of technology, and we want you to be a part of it before November 1st. So that when we launch out, we have some Barbadians, a pretty good number of you, allow yourselves to benefit from this, so that my team can say we have Barbadians that are being impacted by this before November 1st. Yeah. So that way we have that tangibility, we have that trust, and we have that building track record. So there you have it. That is the we did the poster, speaks about it. And not only that, not only does my team do the generation for you, it's a holistic experience. Remember that we're teaching the trade by experience. So we show you how to fund your account. We show you how it's a 4-step process. Funding, we handle the trading. Then we show you how to take the funds off onto your self-custody platform, which is called withdrawal. And then distributions, where do after it hits your wallet, where does it go? Does it go to another wallet? Does it go to Bitcoin.BB? Does it go to Waze Business? Does it go to WarePay? Where does the funds go? We teach you how to have a well-balanced portfolio. So on this poster, you see some of the apps that we use. Any platform we suggest to you, myself and my team go through vigorous research and development processes, so we know how they work, and that's what we can boldly suggest them to you. Yeah, so you have Pocket Option, Bitcoin.BB, Waze is the local company, Binance, WarePay, even the company called Etna, Kraken, which is not on this post. I have to add it. The funds go on Kraken, goes to Etna, and Etna sends it right to your bank home. It is time consuming, but you can work with larger numbers. I'm using that methodology, or you can use Bitcoin.BB, but they have a 4% processing fee. So that's it. So we have there are many other opportunities. I will go into if persons ask me to. I don't want to talk, but I really want persons to understand that this is just but yet one of the many opportunities we have, but we want to make sure persons benefit tangibly and they can report to their friends and family. They finally found something that works, and it was built by Barbadians. Yeah. All right. So I think I see other comments in the chat. Let's see here. All right. So Michael asked, is it? It's not mandatory to have a Bitcoin.BB account. It's not mandatory. It helps. What I use it for is testing and make sure that the funds come in on a consistent basis. And in the event I want to prove that I can take funds from my wallet to Bitcoin.BB and convert the cash, that's what I use it for. Yeah. And the other platform. So it is a good, let's say, mechanism to use in the event that you want to quickly mobilize or dilute your cryptocurrency. Bitcoin.BB is there for that. They have tier 2, which is $10,000 a month. But when you're in this part of this network, you're going to be doing multiples of that per day. So you only use that for a specific amount per month. And then we have other avenues that you can actually have access to your funds. All right. Melissa's asking, good night, everyone. Hi, Carl. Does the success of this depend on the 1,000 persons, or are we moving forward? We're moving forward. The 1,000 persons is that my mind works in systems. Okay. So we have 10 stats. Put in 1,000 US a day that we have right now. I actually finally got one specific stat. So work really hard to get it, dude. One specific stat that I'll put 10,000 US a day. Is fiat currency is really troublesome to work with, but I actually managed to get it done. So the 1,000 person we're looking for aren't persons to enroll. What we want is we just want to touch. We just want to contact. We just want to tell 1,000 persons that when we launch on November 1st, we have a roster of persons that I know I spoke to X amount of persons, so I can say, oh, Carl, notify the network that I spoke to this amount of person. Then Melissa comes to me and said, Carl, I spoke to about these amount of persons. So we know we did our due diligence. These persons do not have to sign up. These persons do not have to come to Zoom call. All we want is the natural word of mouth in Barbados is that once you start to hear a person talking about it and it has passed the Barbadian scam test, once persons start to talk about it and they're talking about it in a positive way, that's what I want. Yeah. So I'm not looking for 1,000 persons to sign up before November 1st. I am being realistic here. Yeah. What I want is that we just reach out, friends, families, co-workers. Let's just let them know that we finally found something that works, and we will keep in touch with them and they can keep in touch with us. That's what we want up to November 1st. Yeah. Perfect. Excellent. But we are definitely moving forward with this. Definitely doing that. Right. So I must say, I must commend everyone. The questions have been coming in rapidly, and they're from very, very important and positive questions. So keep up the great work, everyone. So, okay, Paul, you have a question?
Yeah, sir. You said you're taking a break now until November 1st.
Yeah,
However,
yeah,
what about
no Zooms, just results.
with the current program that you just explained?
Mhm,
How does that relate to the consolidated start and the Christmas start and so on?
Okay.
For example, if some persons can afford, let's say, 800 um dollars investment a month,
Mhm,
or
mhm.
another person may be able to do 28. Um, is there any advice, financial advice available for persons that can help guide them more the best way to manage the disposable income that they have
Mhm.
to invest in
That is
these
a
programs?
that's a great question. My wife and I, we built this together. Now, what she is going to be doing for us is that we're going to be having a class pretty soon that deals with the financial mindset of being financially having financial integrity. Um, so Paul asked a great question. Right now, between now and the end of the month, there isn't going to be any more Zooms. The network is going to be focused on providing results. Yeah. So next Saturday night, this Zoom call will not be open. However, you made a great point, Paul. So there are ways we can actually allow persons to connect with us. The YouTube channel. There are videos there that shows our trajectory to this point. Number one. Then there's the WhatsApp group. The person can join there, get any contact information. So they wouldn't be in a live Zoom call like tonight. Tonight is a special one. They can look at a track record, the content that we have out there, that's one. Two, we have a group chat that is, unfortunately, persons don't get to see the information that went before. But like Paul said, we would let persons know of the existence of the Christmas stat. Persons will get to understand more about what the stat consolidation stack is about, where you can pay one monthly amount, all your bills get paid, and not just your phone bill. I mean, like real bills, like your land, mortgage, car loan, not just pay a month. I mean, like clear these things off, and even more. And also, when it comes to land, secure the land in a way that you have reserves that the I don't want to say financial institutions, but external companies can't take it from you because it's your land. So Paul, that was a great point. So what we're doing is that my wife is going to have a seminar pretty soon which deals with the mindset. It would be very bad of us to allow you to receive 10,000 US per day, not in fiat currency. Our banks can't handle that. But we're gonna give you persons a mechanism, cards and apps that give you access to these funds, and then you don't know what to do with it. I think that would be kind of a bad thing to do. So we will give you access to resources and mental training to deal with now having this consistent level of wealth. This is not wealth that goes in the bank. You stare at it. No, it's not that. Is that the best way to stay wealthy is to put your funds to work. I plan to invest in real estate. That's what I plan to do with my funds. And not only that, help other persons um, who have real estate to find persons who have the funds, which is persons in our network, and they help persons in our network find real tangible property, not only in Barbados, but all over the world. So it's not only a real estate company per se, it's more of a logistics methodology. My father above allowed me to understand who I really am. I'm the get it done guy when it comes to finance. If you want to buy land, come to Carl. If you want to buy a business, come to Carl. Me and my team will work very closely with you to get it done. That's what I'm called to be. But Paul made a great point. Mindset. It would be very difficult for you to embrace this wealth that's coming to you without changing the way how you see money. Yeah. You would end up more in debt because you don't haven't developed those skills to deal with the amount of wealth. I call it affluence. affluence is not just money. It comes with responsibility and a certain level of demeanor you need to have, knowing that you're gonna be making money more faster than you can make it. Yeah. So that was a great question. I'm gonna make for. So I just want to bring up one of the posters that Paul just mentioned just now. I'll bring up three. Let's briefly run through them. And that personal code, our network has so many of them, but I just wanted to focus on just three tonight. This first one is for persons who want to start their own business. It's called Startup Capital. Transform your business within 5 months. Yeah, so any person who wants to relaunch their business, who has a business idea, this Startup Capital stack is for you. So it allows you to raise the capital. A lot of companies want to launch out, but they just don't have the capital to start it. We have a specific stack geared for that. Yeah, so that's one. Then we have another one. Let's bring it over here. This one allows you to, I have one. I actually have a Waze business account. My physical Waze business card is in the mail coming to me. And I successfully incorporated a UK company and then opened a Waze business account. Waze doesn't allow, no, it did before in the past, but if you go and create a Waze account now, all you get is an account that you can send emails. You can't actually hold it because they don't give you all the bank accounts. But this allows you to have a UK company, legitimate UK company, incorporated and everything, and then have a Waze business account that comes along with it as well too. So members get it for $375 US, and non-members get it for $735, and great service and all that great stuff come with it. No, this is the one that Paul mentioned, stack consolidation. Now this is so cool. Yeah, there are companies in Barbados that allow you to make a deposit and a monthly deposit, and what they do, they take on all your your mortgage, your rent, your car loan, your course bill, all that, and they put it in one lump sum, and they handle it, and you pay them a month. But the way I don't want to speak ill of it, but all you're doing is you're just exchanging multiple streams of debt to one consolidated debt. That's all you're doing. It's good because it gives you peace of mind, but realistically, you see the guy's face. Like, what did it just do? So what we did was create the stats in a way that once you deposit to it monthly, one single amount, it allows you to pay all your multiple bills. But get this, someone in St. Lucie paying their mortgage, your mortgage gets paid too. And you didn't deposit anything. You're just paying that monthly amount to connect to the stock consolidation stack. That's what you're doing, So someone goes and buys a house. You can go and buy a house too, because the amount of liquidity that's generated goes to your account in Polkadot Option. Is so cool. So paying your phone bill, someone goes and pays for gas, and the exact amount in gas they paid for turns up in your Polkadot Option, because we're using stats to get it done. Yeah. So the person just indicates they want this liquidity generated for themselves. But because you're connected to a specific stack using the same core metric I showed you tonight, where a member team, we have some software that does it automatically, but we want to demo that tonight and for next year and allow you to benefit from that. So I want person to understand a lot of thought went into all this, and it isn't a fly by night thing. We want to affect Barbadians at a tangible level. We just don't want to say, well, we can do this. Let's see what we can. It's not us playing with a gun. Atomic transfer is a very powerful methodology of moving money, and we want to exercise that level of care as well, and allow this to really help every person in Barbados, not just a select few, every person. Yeah. All right. So let me just stop sharing here. Bernard, you can go ahead with your question. Go ahead. You can unmute. You can go ahead and
Good night.
Good night.
I don't clearly get the stack consolidation. I don't understand how it works.
Okay, let me give you a visual, make you a visual example. Because I think the part that really is really innovative is that when someone makes a payment, how does that affect you? So let me show you it from a visual standpoint. I wouldn't use Excel. I'm going to use just the shapes to show this. All right. So Burnett is asking a great question. How really does the stack consolidation work? Let me show you quickly here, and I want to show it visually. Right. So there's a terminology called rising tide raises all boats. Yeah. Right. So I'm going to use that analogy right now. So I'm going to show two. I'm going to show two ways. Right. I was going to use Word, but I'm going to use some apps I coded today to show you how they work. Right. I'm going to show them now. I'm going to bring up both of my screen so it makes more sense that way. Stop view. Anyone is biz. Perfect. All right. So right now you're gonna see two windows here, and let me just bring up both of them. Right. Let me share my screen. So I'm gonna use animation. My coding skill. I coded this in the event that someone wanted to understand the network in itself. So start view is very it's static. It's not. It doesn't the trays are not really moving. It is functional as the way how it does. And then I'm gonna show you the BizSpeak one, which moves as it goes along. All right. So this one here shows you and also this one moves. All right. All right. So this is how it works. So Bernard's asking, how does someone deposit to the consolidated stack, and how do you benefit? Right. So this one, so imagine the water is liquidity, right? Persons are making their monthly deposit all over Barbados. And this happens every day. We go and pay our bills to SurePay. SurePay takes the funds and sends it to Barbados Land and Power. We sometimes we walk into courts and go to courts and use that methodology to pay our bills. So the water at the bottom is our deposits, but all these jagged, these little buildings here, call it like rectangle, the towers are debt. So there isn't enough liquidity. There isn't enough water. There's enough funds to pay everyone bills. But look at the one on the right hand side. See trading? Trading is very dynamic. So the same level of liquidity is here, but my team is trading. So we're not only focusing on one person's goal, somebody else's goal is being functioned as well too. So based on that, when more and more persons deposit, you would think that the more funds come into it, you would think that this will happen, that funds keep on growing and it cover all our bills. But we traded it, we have designed it in a different way. Yeah. So upside down, right? Gravity. So when things get really heated in life, the bank is calling you. You just lost your job and COVID hits. Sorry for mentioning that. But these life has happened. This is what really happens to our finances. It evaporates. The bills don't go anywhere now. The bills don't, I mean, these bills are mortgage, all that, they do not go anywhere, but every day your funds are being depleted to the point that you don't have anything left. And you know what has to happen? You don't have to go and get another loan to get liquidity that's not yours. You have to pay it back. It's a vicious cycle. So what we did, we literally turned that upside down and like this, right? So all you see is a map. We call it a liquidity map. And we have there are 11 parishes in Barbados, and we've created 14 stacks. So that means that the amount of stacks we have can fully deal with the demand across Barbados. So you can see here, the focus is making sure bills are paid. It's not focused on deposits because we have a mathematical system. Your funds are secure. We do not trade directly with your funds. We only trade with 10% of it. Yeah. So that small 10% we can use to literally connect you to our trading. And when you method, this is what happens. See this? Your right hand side, the funds are being depleted. But look at that. You can really see the trades are much more visible. Look at that. No, the water is still there, but the trades are moving. The cohort team is trading every day. So when someone goes and buys a car, you didn't buy a car, but they needed to generate the amount of trades to buy that car. And because you're a part of that consolidated that the price of the car turns up in your pocket option account. Remember, the stocks are seamless transactions across the Caribbean using kinetic energy. When that car moves, that generates energy. When you get up from your home and go to ports or bubbles and pay your bills, that is you moving. And not only that, when you get on the computer and you start trading and you press a button, that button had to get pressed using kinetic energy. The system just simulates us moving around to mapping it across Barbados. St. Philip to St. Lucie, back to St. Michael, wherever you go, it tracks your digital movement and provides you with the funds to achieve what you need to achieve. So it's a little bit more complicated than that, Burnett, but I try my best to simplify as much as possible. Rising tide raises all boats. When one person benefits, everybody benefits. When one person benefits, everybody benefits. That's the best way to describe it. So it's not only Burnett dealing with her bills, all the persons within the Capital Builders Network benefit as well too. Yeah. So I'm going to try my best to simplify the stats going forward, but that's in tonight's call. That's probably the best way I could describe it. I could go into Excel, but that's just numbers. I believe a visual demonstration like this allows you, and you can see the elevation part of it can be done in topography, but it's more demographics than anything else. How do persons in the north embrace crypto faster than persons in the south of the island? Those persons who live in St. Philip, who are predominantly persons who come out of Barbados and to relax and retire, do they trust crypto? Do they trust trading? How many youth in Barbados know about the Capital Builders Network? All these things built into the system. But realistically, when persons can go to the supermarket and pay for their groceries, not using their money, but using funds within a cloud-based system called a stack, and they can leave it. You don't need a credit card anymore because that's debt. But the sooner we get there, the better for everyone. But this is just a brief visual explanation of how it works. The team trades, those funds come to your pocket option account, but because you are part of the consolidated stack, your monthly deposit benefits everybody else, and theirs benefits you and yours benefits them, because my team is trading exponentially to make it happen. That's the best way to describe it. But the best way to understand it is to deposit to it and experience it for yourself. Seeing is believing. Yeah. All right. So Bernard, I hope that made it a little bit more simpler for you. Okay, so Kelly is asking about what about Stat 3.0? Now, I don't know if I have a image of Stat 4. Let me see if I can find it. So what I did was, I think I have it here. Oh, yeah, let me bring it up here quickly. All right, so let me insert this quickly. Duplicate slide. Change it. No, we have different amounts how the stats work. So let me just change this picture here, and I'll briefly answer Melissa's question. So version 4. Let's find it quickly here. These prices would have possibly changed by now, but I think I'll use. But I use. She mentioned version 3, so I'll bring up the version 3 poster. That's version 2. There we go. You want that? Yeah, there we go. Version 3. All right. So let me just bring up. This is large. Everybody can see it. Yeah, I think this is large enough. Right, function. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna share this, and I want to go over it briefly, and then I'll answer this question. No, this is start version 3.0. No, this is a grid. We're already in 4.0, but person would deposit to this pricing table. You deposit $30 a month, and look at that, ladies and gentlemen, you get 15 US daily. 15 US daily. No, I want person to really understand how this works. Right. So the persons who understand how this works is you make a deposit monthly, and every month the staff outputs to you every month. That is the basic $30 deposit. Now, the way how this works, there are certain features that come with it. Yeah. Now, the best way to describe this is go a little bit techy, but I'll try to be very brief. These stacks are seamless transaction across the Caribbean using kinetic energy. So we use 3 parameters: physical proximity to the stack, direction, which direction the Barbados you're facing, and how fast you're moving. Once we've calculated those 3 things, we have a pretty good idea that you are a human, and you're actually in Barbados. We don't use SMS and emails. Those things can be very easily forwarded. So we develop our own mechanism to determine that you're standing in a specific location and you're human. The 2 things we need to find out: you're human and you're standing there. Once you do that, you can have access to that. Now, if you're not in a physical location, you can deposit funds to it and still benefit. So you're allowing persons from all over the world to get this. So when you deposit $30 a month, you get 15 US every single day. And the features are, you get a monthly review of how well that stack is working. And you also get access to other persons in your physical surrounding, sub-stack access. So when those persons are connected to a stack too, you benefit as well. However, when you move to the proxy address, that means that you can create multiple versions of that stack wherever you go. That is a feature that is not available for the basic one. IP address monitoring, that means that when you move around, when you drive across Barbados, the system tracks where you are. So when you move from St. Michael into St. George, yeah, you can do that. It follows you as you move, so you don't have to be stuck at home using the system as you move across Barbados. This IP monitoring works, but it isn't available for the basic package. And the last one is IP bulk addresses, meaning that you can set up a stack at your workplace, at your church, at your home. You just set up your head at work. What do areas that I spend a lot of time doing normal stuff? Yeah, if you spend a lot of time on the beach, you can create one there. So since the system, you can create these IP bulk addresses, you can set them up even before you get there. So when other persons pass and they're doing trading or because maybe and your stack is there, you benefit. How cool is that? But you get only the first 2. For $60 a month, you get the monthly review. You don't get the Substack access or the proxy address, but you get 2 things really, really cool. Like I mentioned, you get the IP monitoring as you move around, and then you can create multiple instances of yourself using bulk addresses. The premium one is 120 US a month. You get 60 US daily. So within 2 days, you've already made back your investment. Imagine that. And now with that, you get a monthly review, Substack access, and proxy address. Those things can really be used very powerfully if you know what you're doing. Well, unfortunately, since they're so powerful, we had to take off the last 2. That would be a really powerful system if you had that, all 5 of those. And you can see, well, this is the old poster because we are already in version 4.0, but you can get it for $240 a month, and you get 120 US a day. Now, within 2 days, again, you've already made back your investment. Yeah, but you don't get a monthly review because it's so much information. I don't have the time to give you a report on that, and I believe that the financial benefit of that would already prove that work, so you wouldn't need a review of it. And then sub-staff access. It's so powerful. We decided to not allow you to connect to other person's stats. That by itself will give you enough funds. You wouldn't need to connect to other person's stats to get to work. However, since that is so powerful, we will let you to create multiple instances of it, so other persons across borders can benefit. So it comes with a proxy address element. You can create multiple instances of yourself. IP monitor address as you move around, it tracks you, and as well you can create IP pool addresses. You can actually set them up across Barbados and this friends and family, let them know this location, I have a stat there, so forth. So that's how version 3.0 works. Now, this only works when myself and the cohort team trades. We are not allowing persons access to dossier trading. What dossier trading is that I examine the skill set of my team. Each of us have different aggressive levels. Each of us trade aggressively differently. All of us are aggressive traders, but we have different styles as we trade. So I documented that, quoted it, and if you just flip a button, it's not bought. It's based off of real world techniques that my team does, and it just trades like that. And then we just attach inverted stat to it in the event that it goes here where the funds don't go anywhere. Anyway, the point I'm making is that you can have access to all this for these prices, and allowing you to know they're actually human beings, persons doing this. So it's not a bot. This only works when my team and I trade until we get to the point that we can just have a fully automated system. And I don't think we ever do that. We enjoy trading. We will create a process that would assist us. But I think what brought us to this point is humans actually trading. Yeah, it was a long journey. I think we've crossed the hurdle in the last couple of weeks, and I've been hearing nothing but great news from the team on what they're achieving. So there are 20 of us. Right now, we try our best to trade ever so often. I wouldn't divulge how often we meet, but we do meet regularly to trade. I personally, I'm an admin advisor member now, so I don't be there actively during trading. Now, my responsibility is to manage the expectations of the systems and make sure all the software and elements work behind the scenes, that when they go to trade November 1st, for all of you, everything is above board going forward. So we're going to make sure that persons can connect to this between now and November 1st. So Melissa, that's what happened to version 3. It's already at version 4. But you will see those transactions when my team decides, because they decide that. I just advise them. But we have I would say a democratic process in place. I have the ability to promote or suggest stuff, and then the team, all of us vote on it. So that is going to come pretty soon with all the stats from before, and it's going to be exciting times. November is going to be a really cool month. I'm really looking forward to it. Right? So that's what happened to start version 3.0. Right? I saw some other questions, but I must commend everyone. From the time we started till now, we've been having some great questions, and I think people personally are really benefited from it. In the event that even persons, if they're your first time here tonight, you would have learned some information that you can take back and mention to other friends and so much like that. All right, Brian, you had a question, Brian? Right, so okay, so going on here, Marion said, okay, the problem. Burnett is asking, receiving from 3, haven't started now, and we're trying our best to streamline everything. The only thing that we're doing right now is on Monday, everything starts when I switch on those stacks. For yes, I am. I'm gonna mention that in a second. We switch on that officially November 1st. But before November 1st comes, we want to make sure persons within the WhatsApp group benefit. So when we launch November 1st, we actually have testimonials to go along with it. All right, so someone is asking me about the educational side. Now, I don't have a poster for us yet, but what that does is allow persons not to just buy school books. I don't want to diminish that, please. I don't want to make it sensitive, but what I'm trying to say is persons who want to assist loved ones, nephews, sons, daughters, brothers, whoever wants to extend their education, and education is costly. Yeah, so we're gonna be developing an education stack coming up pretty soon that allows persons to really benefit from this tremendously. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. There's also even a Christmas stack, but like I said, there's so I think we can do one as well. Someone is asking me why we don't do a funeral stack. No, I'm trying to be very sensitive here. So, but life happens. So we want to make sure that when I found that stocks that have a purpose behind them, not just besides just having a stock for having a stock say, I think the ones that have a real tangible purpose behind them, I found the data proves it, those do better. They do. Yeah. Take the Ballard School staff, for example. Yeah, the initial interest in that was tremendous. Unfortunately, school open and those that are still to be distributed, but the interest was pretty high compared to those we had from before. So yeah, the persons who want to create one. My hands are pretty full with these stats I have to manage right now. But in the event that somebody who wants to start one, I will have no problem allowing you to do that. Yeah. All right. So you're welcome. You're welcome, Brennan. All right. So we are moving very lively along. It's now 9:39, so that's actually an hour in. So I'll continue on and see if any person has any more questions. Go right ahead. But great questions and great input so far tonight. Okay. All right, so if there's not any more questions or comments or clarifications, I just want to let persons know that we are really excited to launch this out come November 1st. No, I would love everyone here be able to benefit from this. So I saw a question in the chat here. John is asking, I heard you speak about IP addresses and locations of parishes. What are the significance of all these as relates to stats? If I'm St. Michael, how does that benefit me from being in a different parish? That's a great question. I don't think I need to do it because we are all the agents, so we know where our parishes are. If you wrap in your mind, St. Thomas and St. George are like in the center of Barbados. That means there are 9 parishes around them. So Barbados is this way designed the system. Barbados is the best example of a data garrison. What that means is that you cannot physically get to St. Thomas or St. George without going through one of those areas. Even if you take a plane or a boat, you got that plane lands in Christchurch, that's on the perimeter. You come by a boat, you come through St. Michael, the port that's there. If you come in your own boat, you still have to come through. You still have to, come on the island by one of those parishes. The only way you can get to St. Thomas, St. George is a parachute in. Yeah. No, even then, the plane still has to virtually go over those parishes anyway. My point is that when you live in St. Michael, you are one of those data garrison parishes that are literally surrounding St. George and St. Thomas. So on the other point, persons who live in St. Thomas, St. George, they live in a data center. They're protected. So everybody balances. So when you live in a surrounding parish territory, you benefit because funds come into the via your parish to get to the center, and when funds leave St. Thomas, St. George, they need to connect to one other parish to send funds out. So you benefit, right? So just by standing and just living in St. Michael, you benefit. Vice versa. If someone is in St. Lucie and they're sending funds and they connect to any other parish, and you connect to that parish, you made a deposit to that staff, you benefit too. So it's like right now there isn't any experience question. There isn't any Barbadian-owned bank per se. I think there possibly, speaking on the question again, I think there possibly some Barbadian-owned credit unions, I think. So, but credit unions are not nationally recognized banking institution, they're not. So, we are going to provide Barbadians with a virtual cloud of information. That information is going to be sent to your pocket option account in trades and allow you to benefit. So that is virtual, and that isn't anything that limits you. That's all in the cyberspace. So when it needs to connect a physical person in Barbados, John, you may be in St. Michael one day, you may be in St. Philip another day, you may be in Christchurch driving. You just literally driving through St. Christchurch, and then you look at your phone and $1,000 hit because someone in Christchurch traded for that amount. You're a part of the Christchurch that you don't live in Christchurch, but you deposit to it and you benefit. So that's in a nutshell how it works. But realistically, tangibly, you're just connecting yourself to multiple pocket option accounts. And when those pocket option accounts trade, and the trade is either negative or positive, you benefit. So it's not like it's all gain. Who is reality. Some days you lose, some days you win. It's trading. It's not an exact science, but you connect yourself with a team that knows what they're doing, and they're going to teach you by the experience of that. It's the best way to describe it, right? But that was a great question, by the way. All right, so how will this benefit someone that have not joined the network but is interested in? Oh, that's a great question. No, when I first tested this, I didn't have stats, so I had to do the old-fashioned way. Someone went to I wouldn't call the name of the restaurant, but it was a restaurant inside of Sky Mall. And the way how he tested it is the person went and bought something, and then the very next person in the line got their lunch paid for up to that amount. That's how it works. So when you go and the person in the line, let's say the person is a Massey, this is a really good example. The person behind you with their trolley full of stuff, they're not in the network. You are, okay? You go and you buy the items in the cloud where you are, the stat you're under, literally beams the information, you pay for it. It's the US. You just bought let's say $700 worth of food, and you're benefiting your entire family and friends and everybody else. It's coming to Christmas, you're doing your Christmas shopping, and you spend $700 on food. The person behind you, this is they're buying in bulk because they just lost their job and they don't know, but they need to buy food. And because John, you were in front of this person, their bill gets paid up to $700. No, they don't. If their groceries are less than that, isn't the teller doesn't give them the cash. They just get the food and leave. But this is not concept. This is not concept. I have tested it, and the old-fashioned way of standing there, and the person who was testing it, they got their food paid for, and the person right next, this random person got paid for. So tangibly it works. So all I've done is remove myself since that I designed the system. Wherever I go, is a stat. I've coded it that way. Yeah. So when someone who is not a part of the network, they benefit too. And when they see the benefits as a non-member, you can imagine how sweet the benefits are becoming a member. That's the idea about it. So we want every person in Barbados to benefit, but those persons who want benefit first are those ones who supported the network first. I think it's not unfair. Humdrum should beat first. So those persons who've been with me, cohort team, I love you guys and ladies. They're with me. My wife is always there with me, helping me get this done. And I really want to shout out to everybody here who came here the very first time. Yeah, I really thank you for coming. We want to put a tracker on you too. It depends on where you go. My tracker is a physical me, if that makes any sense, is where my information goes. So there are two ways you can track that methodology. See, say I put a lot of posters. Please, I think I was very proud of this actually. Let me show this. I got into computers because I like dabbling with information, but I love a little pet hobby I have is storing information in pixels. Yeah. So let me see if I can get this out really quickly. So the things that you can do, you don't have to follow me per se. I just want to follow the information really, right? So I'm gonna bring up this sketch I wrote today, and let me bring it up here quickly. And those persons who have the eagle eye could possibly like look really closely, you probably could see it. Yeah. So it's coming up in a second. These are mentioned before. Just trying to get it up on the screen so this person can see it. But what it really was it was a flag that was like waving, and you can see if you look really closely. I really want to share this because this is like tied into how I actually move information. What I did, I store information in pixels. It's not cryptography. It's a really cool way of really taking in bands of it. So when I say monitor my movement, is I digitally attach data to images. And when those images move from place to place, that's the algorithm picks that up as well too. Let me see if we get it one more in here. I'm not getting to come up. So, but basically what I wanted to show everyone was when I post images in the chat, there's a lot of information like crammed into it. So when that moves around, it's called an actively involved algorithm. So that is one of the things I use to determine the level of interest. When you share an image that it goes off into the cyberspace, I can digitally track where it is. And that's how I know how effective the network is performing behind the scenes. So I don't actually have to go and speak to 1,000 persons. I just follow the data. So John, that's a pretty good idea, but I think persons really would really benefit from real world scenarios like that there in the lane, and you're a part in that, and the very next person benefits as well. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we want to do, but we want to make sure we walk before we run. Yeah. Okay, so we have some great questions. Any more? I think one of the wanted to name I actually received, the person that asked us a really great question. Right. So we are 8 minutes away from 10 p.m. So I'll leave the floor open for a couple of more minutes. Any questions? Go right ahead. You can put these questions in chat. Okay. So Melissa's asking, can you explain how if someone buying food and I'm connected to a staff, how is my food getting paid for if the restaurant needs tangible cash? No, that's an awesome question. No, I haven't divulged it yet, but the most, I think the most crucial market I want to go after in Barbados. I'm a very persistent guy, and my persistence has gotten me very far in life. I want to tap into the business community in Barbados. Yeah. And once you can get one or two, and I'm laser focused on food businesses, those entrepreneur companies who sell food, and they have a certain, when they hit a certain amount, all their food is sold out. That's a great day, but there's still persons coming. So the idea I have is to approach establishments which are selling food, get them on board, and literally send them 10,000 US a day, not in crypto, I mean in cash. I mean, they have it. They already have it in their account. They know it came from Bridgeforce Technologies. So all that required is Melissa to come by and buy food. No, I thought ahead of this. So I designed this little piece of software I developed called, it's called Backlog. And it's not even direct minting. Yeah. Remember, I've already sent the funds to the company. It's on their account. They have it. So Backlog realizes that. So before Melissa goes there, the system is developing trades to recoup that $10,000 Carl has given to the restaurant. Very good. So the trades are all running. Melissa comes and purchases the items for the company. The company is using everyday technology. They're not doing anything different. They're gonna be swiping a card, they're gonna be checking accounts, but they already have the funds and they can be given a corporate card from Bridgeforce Technologies or literally given the cash as a amount that when Melissa comes over and purchase the items is deducted from the amount that comes to their account every single day because of our network. Okay. Now there's a company in America called Sam's Club. Sam's Club is very similar to PriceSmart. Not membership card. Yeah, you pay for it. But when you go to the ATM, when you go to the ATM, when you go to the checkout counter, the cashier there scans either your phone for the app or a card, and that's how they can track your payments. All I'm doing is the exact same thing, but I am placing funds there. So imagine going to PriceSmart and you don't take your card. The PriceSmart knows you're part of the Capital Builders Network. They're under the same Microstat. The same Microstat has so much funds, and they're financially clear, and they got to make sure that everything's all above board. So that way we slowly become the first true cash, because we're not using cash. It is not, people try to use the vernacular, we want to be a cashless society, but we're still transacting digital cash. So it's still cash in a sense, it's just not the physical one of it. What I want to do is to allow persons and businesses to be receiving that level of liquidity every day. So when they see a Capital Building Network client member come in their store, they're gonna have a specific lane just for us because they know we come in with dollars. It's not, we are not coming with everyday levels of liquidity. So that is one of the ways that we're gonna slowly walk away from the tangibility element. Cash is great, and this isn't here to eradicate cash. It's not there to do that. It's to make sure that when we want to move 10,000 US, you don't need the bank's permission or the government. We can just do it by ourselves because we are using our own separate system. And then once we have companies that are on board as well, there wouldn't be much need to move it into cash. To be just from system to system, pretty much. Yeah, and then we would bring on entrepreneurs and so forth. But I have us laser focus on food-oriented companies, supermarkets, fast food restaurants, not the biggest one, but other ones, and then slowly, work my way up the corporate food chain. But that's the idea. But before we get there, I'm gonna start with those persons who sell food, and allow them to have that injection every day, help their businesses to be great, and then let them know that we have members in the network that could come in and still pull for that liquidity getting every day. Yeah, but that's where it's going to be. We're not there yet, but I've tested it, and it's only a matter of time until we actually greenlight it. Yeah. Right. Any more questions? We just approaching 10 p.m. But I want to thank everyone. These questions have been coming in very consistently, and they're some very high grade questions, I must say. And the involvement has been really good. Right. So if there are not any more questions, Right. So what I want to do at this point, I just want to thank everyone for coming. Is a really good pleasure to be here and to make this reality. No, I haven't broadcasted any contact information. What I would like to do is to let persons ask if they want to, if you are interested in taking this to the next level. There wouldn't be no, there will, unfortunately, there will not be another Zoom call until November, or in November really. But in the event that you want to be added to our group chat and still monitor the transactions and the developments of this, you are more than welcome to do that, actually. You can contact myself or even reach out the person that introduced us tonight, and we can actually add you to that group chat. What we really want is for you to make an informed decision. Now this is for me. I want to be a part of this. So that way when you make that yes, is a definitive and serious and well-educated yes. Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is put in the chat my contact information. Carl, and the numbers is 1-246-221-762. And I'll give you another 1-246-267-1826. And my email, carl@innovative.com. There you go. All right, so once you reach out to me and those two numbers or my email, I will send you an invite to the group chat, and you can take it from there. In the event that you want to literally start running and be a part of this, go right ahead. In the event that you want to start tonight, you can just raise your hand and let me know. But I just want persons to know that we're going to work very closely with you to let you see the results all the way to November 1st. So we can actually provide this to all persons who are interested. All right. So everyone, on behalf of the Capabilities Network, myself and the team, I want to thank you for coming tonight. It's been a real pleasure to be here tonight. And I'm looking forward to us working together to make this a reality between now and November 1st. I would love everyone here to be a part of that. And let's see where we take this. All right. So everyone, have a good night and be blessed.